I'm Adam Meusburger from Barenbrug, Australia, formerly Heritage Seeds, here today at the Singleton trial site to talk about brassicas. So the reason for using a brassica is, generally speaking, to fill a feed gap. With different varieties, leafy turnip here for instance, you've got some rape. Leafy turnip, the quickest one out of the ground and the quickest one onto. So if you know you've got a feed gap coming up, you'd be sowing down some of this leafy turnip. If you know that you're looking for a bigger, larger first grazing, you go to something like your kale cross here, which is going to give you a really good 12-week grazing for fill that gap that you need. Leafy turnips are a really good one. You can sow them most times of the year really, except for the coldest parts of winter, and you're generally looking at about 6 to 7 weeks to get onto them for a full grazing. Leafy turnips are an exceptionally good one for incorporating into a mix with cereals or with a later heading annual rye or Italian rye, as this is going to give you that bulk of feed early, fill that feed gap, and then baby the ryegrass or the cereal underneath, and it's all going to come through then with your first couple of grazing will have a lot of the leafy turnip, and then following into your hay or your cereal for grazing later on in the season. Just to touch on animal health with any of these brassicas, you generally want to make sure, obviously with these guys being so quick out of the ground, you don't want to put a nitrogen application on too early. They do hold a lot of nitrates for that first grazing. Make sure you do still get to that sort of 28 days, you'd probably say, after nitrogen. Any of these guys, making sure they do have proper time to get to that maturity. You'll start to see a purpling around the outside. The leaves become a little bit leatherier and they're right to graze at that point. Making sure though that about 30 to 40% is their maximum daily intake of any of the rape sort of crops, and supplementing that with a good hay, silage, and bulking out some of their feed elsewhere.